What's good, y'all? It's Swayze. Today's the day before the drift event, this car's second drift event, and as you can see, it's not quite ready. Today's not off to a great start because I ordered E90 inner tie rods on eBay about a week ago, and they are still not here. They haven't even been shipped, so that's kind of an issue. I was hoping to get them at the post office today. These cut E36 tie rods are not going to work with the extended control arms, so I hit up my local Napa, and I should have a pair in there today around 3 p.m, which honestly really sucks because the pair I'm getting from Napa is $100 and I paid $30 for the pair on eBay. But like I said, it hasn't even shipped yet, so I guess you get what you pay for. We got to get this rear end back together. I'm having problems with the parking brake. I put it back together and it's super tight. No matter how much I adjust it, I can't get the rotor on there. I have no idea what the problem is, and I'm gonna leave that to last because if I can't figure out what it is, then I'll just take it off and not have a parking brake. It's just a parking brake, so I don't need it. Otherwise, in this video, we have to weld in the reinforcement plates for the rear shock towers. As y'all can see, these are completely destroyed, and I got the reinforcement plates from RevShift, so I'm gonna go ahead and weld those in. And I gotta install our new Arrow Catch hood pins. These are the cheap $20 set on eBay that I get every time, and I have had zero luck with on both my E36s. So let's get to work, starting with the rear. All right, so right here we got the fucked up strut mount, strut tower, whatever you want to call it. So the reinforcement plate fits on just like that, and I got the rear sway bar bolts right here because that's what I got laying around because I haven't installed the rear sway bar for some reason. So I'm gonna just put them in like that so I know this thing is lined up. I just gotta strip this paint off, and then I'll be good to weld this thing on. We got a bent stud on this shock. That's a problem. Let me get a hammer. Yeah. What y'all think? How we looking? I'd say not too bad. That's painted, so now all I gotta do is repeat the same process for this side. This one's super fucked. The factory holes ain't even there no more. I don't know how that happened. I know it looks like hot ass, but it's gonna get the job done. If it doesn't, if it breaks or something, then I'll just weld it again and make sure I do a better job, but I don't think that's gonna happen. There it is. I just noticed this. This wire's frayed on this speed sensor. What the fuck? Like, I just installed that last night and the wire was fine and I haven't touched anything. I swear somebody's fucking with me. I think E36 is just like to break for fun. There was one more black sensor under here. It looked like a speed sensor, but it was black and it was a third one. I don't see it now. Like, it's in there, but it's buried in the subframe somewhere. I'm just gonna ignore it. So we're gonna call the sensors done. It's not that important, so I'll just leave it. While we're waiting for that to dry, we're gonna move up to the front, and before we can do these hood pins, we gotta install the sway bar, which I was doing last night, and I managed to strip the threads on both of the sway bar links. Something must have been wrong with me last night because I don't know how I did that, but irresponsible use of an impact. I'm just gonna have to do the same fix I did for the rear sway bar link. Take that back. I was actually able to save the threads on both, and I chased the threads on the nuts, and now they go on there like butter. Just like that, the front sway bar is on. I had to get a new nut for this link right here. For some reason, the factory nut just wouldn't go on, it wouldn't thread, but sway bar, good to go. All right, so I got the hood propped open. Here are the brand new Arrow Catch pins right off the bat. they feel 1,000 times better than these. I mean, yeah. So we got brand new hardware. We got backing plates for this, whereas these, they didn't have backing plates. It just screwed right into the hood. Not the best. I am gonna keep the catches that came with the old kit because they're pretty much the same and they're already fit. They're in place, and here is all the new hardware. Let's get started. So the aero catch is gonna sit on top just like the old one, but then instead of, well, we are gonna have nuts, but we're gonna have this backing that goes under the hood, and the nuts are gonna go in here, so you don't gotta hold them with a pair of pliers like you did with the cheap ones. This is way easier to install. Easy. That spring is so much better. So it's completely installed, and with the backing, it makes all the screws perfectly centered, not like this cheap one. And look at the spring action. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm never cheaping out on hook pins again. But I just got a call that the inner tie rod showed up at Napa, so I'm gonna go pick them up. $100, over $100 for a pair of tie rods, and they don't even come with nuts. I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm a little concerned because this does not look much longer than the tie rods I have on now. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's way longer. All right, I think I nailed it. I had to cut a significant amount off the E90 inner tie rod. I think I cut like 1.5 inches or something like that. Something crazy, but the wheel's pointing straight now while the steering wheel is straight. And we're looking good. So I gotta take the whole thing apart. I gotta cut the other tie rod to match, and then I should be able to bolt everything together. So here's the new tie rod. Here's the one I already cut. You can see there is a huge difference. I cut off about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. It's looking like I got it right. So I had to cut the outer tie rod a little more, maybe like 1/8 inch, but I got the inner, the outer on installed. Both wheels are looking straight. Obviously I don't have toe plates or anything, so I can't give it a true alignment, but everything's looking straight. So I'm gonna tighten everything up, get some wheels on, and really look at how the alignment goes. This shit is going very well. If y'all have seen the previous videos, especially the one where I went to track, you know this tie rod end was very, very loose in the knuckle adapter. And the reason for that was because the threads ended and the bare material of the joint was poking through, so the nut couldn't get all the way down. So I found a washer that was big enough, and that wasn't quite enough, so I got 2 more washers, which are actually the material that I cut off the outer tie rod here. So I'm gonna have to source more washers for the next side, but it's solid now. I didn't get both wheels on yet, but we gotta check. Does it rub now? Good on that side, good in the back. How about the front? Could just use the steering wheel. Huh, it's a bit off center. Oh my God, holy shit, look at that angle. That's new, it wasn't that deep before. and we're just barely not moving. However, if I put that red line at 12 o'clock, driver's side is turning to the right a bit. This wheel is pointing straight. So we got to bring this wheel out a little bit. We're definitely rocking some toe in right now, but I'm not going to worry about that too much because I need to get the hood pins and the rear end done. That is definitely more important. I can adjust toe at the track. So let's get on with that. I do not need the parking brake, and I only got like an hour of daylight left, and I still got to get this thing back together and test drive it. So no handbrake this weekend. The threads are fucked. Oh, you gotta be kidding. All right, well, I'll try to chase them. Chasing the threads is not working, so really not much I could do. I mean, I'm calling AutoZone to see if they have a bolt for me. Otherwise, there really ain't much I could do right here. AutoZone doesn't have it. Home Depot might have something I could use, maybe a longer bolt that I could cut, but I need something that'll work. I'm gonna assemble the other side of the rear suspension and then head out to Home Depot and cross my fingers. I also just remembered that I completely forgot to connect the drive shaft. That's gonna be fun. It's 9:30 p.m. It's fucking dark. I'm not beating the dark at this point. It's pitch black, but I got light, and I just took a trip around town, went to 3 or 4 stores. Lowe's, fucking Lowe's, had an M12 by 1.5 100mm bolt, and the threads start just in time for me to probably be able to cut this bolt and catch the threads in the knuckle. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this bolt, get it installed, finish the rear end, and I still gotta do the drive shaft. I cannot believe this, it fucking works. Y'all, I hate to say it, but I don't know if it's happening tonight. It's 12:30 in the morning. I've been at this for hours. The drive shaft is the very last thing needed, I hope you can see me, to get this car driving. Obviously, I still need to do the fan, which is 2 seconds, and the hood pin, which I don't need to do to get it on the trailer and stuff. But the situation is the drive shaft. I unbolted the diff, but the drive shaft does not reach the input flange. The first time, or one of the first times I put the subframe up, it went in fine, and then I couldn't get the rear mounts in, so I took the subframe down, adjusted the front mounts, and I waited till the night before, to try and connect the drive shaft, and it does not reach. I really think it's because of the studs for the subframe. I honestly do not know what to do. I'm not taking this subframe back down. That's just not an option. It's 1 in the morning now. I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm gonna wake up as early as possible, so I should have at least a couple hours to try and get this bullshit done. Well, did not see this one coming. So unfortunately, I will not be drifting this weekend. The circumstances just don't allow it. It should be a 2-second thing to just bolt the drive shaft up to the diff, but they just don't want to mate together. I think it's the way the subframe is mounted. I gotta double check. It's gonna take some time, but I'm not gonna make the event this weekend. The car is just not gonna make it. It's really frustrating because it was the very last thing the car needed to drive. If I got that done, I could have taken it around the block, got it loaded on the trailer, and made the event, but couldn't happen. So I am really disappointed, but it is just part of the game. Next time you see the E36 in a video, it will be driving, I promise, and I will make the next drift event. So I hope y'all are enjoying this series. I'm really sorry I couldn't get you any drift footage this weekend, but I will make up for it. There will be a video on the E36 as soon as I get it fixed, and big videos coming up for the E46 M3, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.